Hello there, Wastelanders. It's Brother Mike, and welcome to day 1 of 7 days in New Vegas. Over the next week, we're going to be diving into the Mojave Wasteland and breaking down the factions, choices, and battles that shape the fate of Fallout New Vegas. But before any of that happens, it all begins with one person, the courier, a lone traveler who against all odds survives an execution, uncovers a conspiracy, and ultimately determines who controls the Mojave Wasteland. Each faction competing to control the Strip, Hoover Dam, and ultimately the entire region. The NCR, a democratic republic trying to restore civilization. They're structured, organized, and ambitious, but also overextended, bureaucratic, and stretched thin on every single front. Caesar's Legion, a brutal empire modeled after the ancient Rome. Discipline, conquest, and an absolute control. They bring order at the cost of freedom, equality, and mercy. Mr. House, the glorious ruler of the Strip, a pre-war visionary who kept New Vegas intact with planning, technology, and pre-war foresight. He believes only he can create stability in the Mojave Desert. Yes Man's independent New Vegas. The wild card. If the courier chooses to reject every major faction, the Mojave becomes his to shape, for better or for worse. Or is that just an illusion? These are the powers at play, but stay tuned for tomorrow where I'll go over each faction in great detail. And right in the middle of all of it, the courier. The courier, transporting a platinum chip ambushed in the outskirts of the Mojave Desert, the courier is shot in the head by a man in a checkered suit, Benny. Dug out by a friendly robot named Victor and patched up by Doc Mitchell in the quiet town of Goodsprings. From there, the courier begins the long journey to uncover why they were targeted and what makes the platinum chip so important. After the courier's patched up, he's told to go check out Prim. After realizing Prim was taken over by convicts, the courier makes his way to the Mojave Outpost, a NCR outpost and military and caravan checkpoint. Also houses two statues shaking each other's hands. A show of unifications between the NCR and the Desert Rangers, forming the NCR Rangers. From there, the courier is urged to check on a neighboring town of Nipton. As the courier approaches, a man is spotted running out of Nipton holding a lottery ticket? It seems Caesar's Legion killed everybody in the town, in a lottery of sorts, and this poor bastard is the winner. A whole town massacred by Caesar's Legion, a warning to the NCR and anyone who opposes them. After that brutal introduction to Caesar's Legion, the courier makes his way to Novak, a small little hotel with a life-size dinosaur statue out front. You know, pretty normal. There in Novak, the courier runs into a familiar face, or should we say screen. Victor, the Securitron who dug us out of the grave, is there, almost waiting for us, watching, almost like he's following us to Vegas. After questioning some of the locals, he finds out that they've been seen heading towards Boulder City, Benny and some of his goons. In Boulder City, the courier runs into anybody but Benny. It seems Benny turned on the thugs he brought with him, and they are kind of in a pickle. Speaking with these thugs, they gladly give up on who Benny is, and we find out Benny runs a casino in the Strip. And these thugs aren't any normal thugs. They're great cons. They produce drugs and are kind of like a gang in the area, you could say. They've been bullied by the NCR a lot, though. But the real question is why does Benny need a cool-looking chip? What is it? A trophy? Even the courier didn't know. Eventually, the courier reaches the outskirts of New Vegas, a place called Freeside, run by fellas who, you know, kind of look like Elvis. And getting into the Strip really isn't going to be that easy. It's guarded by these big robots that look exactly like Victor, but who knows, they're probably not related. After getting enough caps and maybe even helping the Kings, the courier is finally able to enter the New Vegas Strip. And guess who's waiting for us right at the gate? It's Victor. It's almost like he knew we were coming the entire time. And he tells us this guy, Mr. House, runs the strip, wants to talk to us in this big Space Needle. There, in the Lucky 38, we meet the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. House. Mr. House was able to predict the nuclear war was going to happen 200 odd years before the exact moment the courier meets him. Pre-war, Mr. House decided that he wanted to save New Vegas, save everything he loved, and so that's exactly what he did. Not only did he arm himself with an entire army, but he also armed the Lucky 38. Without Mr. House, New Vegas would be nothing like what we see today. And if you'd like to know more about Mr. House, I will be going over him and others like him throughout the game in my third episode of this series, so stay tuned. After meeting the man behind New Vegas itself, Mr. House reveals that the Platinum Chip is a piece of advanced pre-war technology designed to upgrade not only his Securitron army, but the entire Lucky 38. And if he had just gotten it a few hours before the bombs dropped, all of Vegas would have been saved. He knows Benny has it, and it's your job to get it back. With Mr. House's information, the courier tracks Benny to the Tops Casino. The confrontation becomes a turning point within the New Vegas timeline. And we also learn something else. Benny was also trying to take the strip for himself. With a hacked Securitron named Yes Man, he was planning to overthrow Mr. House with the Platinum Chip. Kill Benny, free Benny, or let him slip away further into the wasteland. No matter what happens at this moment, this sets the stage for the final battle of Hoover Dam and forces the courier to choose who they truly support. And with that, Fallout New Vegas branches into 4 major outcomes. You can side with the NCR, bringing the Mojave into a growing republic. You can side with Caesar's Legion, giving the region over to a strict military rule. You can side with Mr. House, a technologically driven, tightly controlled New Vegas. Or you can take it all for yourself, overthrowing them all and becoming the new power in the Mojave. And that's the foundation of Fallout New Vegas. The courier's story, the major factions, and the events that set everything in motion. But this is only the beginning. Tomorrow in Day 2, I'll be breaking down each ending in detail, the lore, the philosophy, and how each faction shapes the Mojave. So stay safe out there, Wastelanders. This was Brother Mike, and I'll see you tomorrow for Day 2 of 7 Days in New Vegas.